Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Heavyweight tilt at the Arrington Ice Arena on a Thursday night. Number 2 Niagara University comes into Michigan to square off with number 7 Adrian College. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Tyler Ackerman. Happy to have you all join us here this evening for what should be an absolutely amazing game here in Adrian, Michigan. It's the first time we've seen the Bulldogs sort of get lowered in the rankings more towards the number 10 spot in quite some time. Niagara University, we got the first computer rankings, number 2 in the nation right now behind number 1 Ohio University, which the Bulldogs did play against last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I should say. Last weekend was Saginaw Valley State University, but a little bit of a shakeup in the MD1 rankings. There's been a lot of buzz online recently. People have had their own thoughts about it. It's been interesting, but this is going to make for a really, really good matchup here tonight.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time they were this low. I think it was 6 last year. That's the lowest they got, but 7 here is kind of ridiculous.
Well, the Bulldogs this season coming in at 11-2-1 overall. Of course, we mentioned number 7 in the overall rankings. Last week they played against Saginaw Valley State University, 2 games here. Those were big wins, 13-0 and 12-1. We expected those results just because Saginaw, not always the strongest opponent to play against the Bulldogs, but they did exactly what the Bulldogs should do and took full advantage and really ran up the score.
Yeah, especially when you had a game like against Syracuse where you dropped that one in a shootout. It was very important for them to come out with 2 big W's.
Well, before that, though, they split with Ohio University, and that's a series that really helps your rankings overall in the ACHA. The first one they took in regulation, and then they went down to Byrd Arena in Athens, and they wound up losing 2-0. For a team like Ohio, a 2-0 win, of course, not something to be upset about by any means. That's a good team, and we talked with some of the players after, and even Coach Ostalos really felt like his team played well, just couldn't figure out how to squeeze one out at the end.
Yeah, they actually outshot them in the second and third period, but as you said, they just couldn't find the back of the net.
Well, last year, the Bulldogs, when they had this series, played in upstate New York at Niagara. That was a sweep for the Bulldogs, but another series that was extremely close. The first game was 5-2, the second one 3-2 in a shootout. So it really came down to the end. What are the Bulldogs going to have to do today, especially against a team who's a lot higher ranked than they were last year? A little bit of a different team to make sure that they can get a clean series sweep.
I think they definitely need to use their offense and their defense as well. Their defensive men in the zone, when they put that puck low to high and get the shots on net, they had work in those dirty areas. We saw it against Saginaw. They're able to find goals like that, get tips in front of the net. That's what I think they need to capitalize in today's contest.
How important of a series is this for the Bulldogs to try and climb back up the rankings?
Oh, it's extremely important. You're going against the number 2 ranked team in the nation. This team just swept Liberty last weekend, which we split earlier this year. So if they could come out with 2 huge W's, it'd be extremely important for today's contest.
Well, we'll look at Niagara, too. Right now, 9-1-0 on the season, number 2 overall in the ACHA MD1 rankings. That's the highest they've been in a very, very long time. And you look at their season records from last year, the season before, and even the season before that, they are nowhere near where they are right now. This is a team that is red hot and has a really great game plan going into this game. You look at last week, it's safe to say the Purple Eagles absolutely extinguished the Flames over on home ice. Big wins 7-1 and 5-2. They were all over the ice and had the scoring touch.
Yeah, it was noticed in earlier at the Liberty head coach mentioned that they were just outworked, out-executed, and overall just outplayed entirely.
And one of the other things that Coach Meridian spoke to is, especially in MD1 play, you get highly ranked teams like this. Anybody can beat anyone on any given night. So if there's a split, if you look at the sports betting book, it's probably pretty even as far as percentages go.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, both these teams are extremely well. We saw last week the dominance that this team had, and Niagara's just been red hot, and Adrian's got to come up and play as well as they can.
And if we look at some of the statistics, too, a lot of the series overall in the past couple of seasons has been played here at the Arrington Ice Arena. 6 out of the 7 games that have been played here, at least, have not gone in the favor of Niagara. If they're going to get a win on a road and potentially a win on the road tomorrow as well, what are they going to have to do to turn their game around?
They're going to have to do the same thing they did against Liberty. You come into a red hot team and you just outwork them entirely. They scored 3 power play goals. That's something we got to watch out for tonight's contest. And their PK was outstanding. Had 11 penalties, 11 out of 11 execution. No goals against Liberty. A great team in Liberty as well.
I think the expectation for this Purple Eagles squad is a lot for this game. We know that they're going to come and play hard. But if you're looking at it from the top down, what stands out to you going into this one?
I mean, their speed and their size. Usually we mention how Adrian is towering over their opponents. This team is the same height as them, and we saw in warm-ups they are fast and quick, and they can handle the puck extremely well.
Well, we have 2 teams that are absolutely juiced, energized, and ready to go. This is a big one here at the Arrington Ice Arena tonight. We're going to take a step aside for the national anthems as our starting lineups are being read. Number 7, Adrian College versus number 2, Niagara University. Don't go anywhere. First period puck drop coming up. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I can have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. National anthems concluding here in beautiful Adrian, Michigan. Big ACHA Thursday night action here at Arrington Ice Arena. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman. Happy to have you all rejoin us here in the booth on ACTV. Number 2 ranked Niagara University Purple Eagles and your number 7 ranked Adrian College Bulldogs. This game, I think, has a lot of weight to it that people are going to start to realize very quickly as far as outcomes of the season, overall rankings, and really the trajectory of your team as we get closer to the national tournament in March. This could be 2 teams that wind up facing off down in St. Louis.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a get back at Adrian. They don't love that they're ranked 7. If they get 2 big wins here, the computer's going to love them.
20 minutes on the score clock. Everybody will gather up at center. Puck is dropped and we are underway from the AIA. Puck will get shoved back towards Eliason, who promptly stops it on his forehand. Let it go as this is Mateo Turn who rushes to the wall. Gets slapped away from him by Cody Gudnison. Right side corner, McLaughlin looks to break it out, turns it over. It's lifted and blocked away by Eliason. Another off-angle shot sent his way. Banks off the pad. Soccer kicked at the center ice bruiser logo by Caden Glover. As this is sent towards the net, Dubinsky had to come up with a big save there. 3 shots early, now a possible breakaway. It's Cossette in on net, taken down, arm is up. And it is a holding call against the Bulldogs, and not the ideal start for the yellow, black, and white, though an earned penalty there for sure.
Yeah, 100%, but this is what you're going to see big out of this Niagara squad. Once a turnover happens in their defensive zone, they immediately stretch a forward, and that's exactly what happened there. And Bro, unfortunately, had to take the call, but it was a good one, stopping away a possible breakaway chance.
So the Purple Eagles to the power play for the first time here in this one. Skate into this game with a 75% power play percentage. Their stats list, they've only had 8 power plays this season, which is hard for me to believe. Well, that's what it lists on the ACHA website. Bulldogs with an 85% penalty kill percentage. Purple Eagles set up shot. This is up top for Taylor. Lets a wrist shot go. Strasky stepped in the lane and got it to deflect off the shin pad. Taylor again controlling, will walk the line and distribute to Glover. He'll get a feed right back and will swap places with Wesco. There's a wrist shot that goes over the top of the crossbar. Strasky getting in the miss. Wesco up top, Taylor waiting. A give and go feed with Glover. And a good step up by Blake Weidman. Back up top. It's Taylor off to the side. Fake shot. Walking in, no dice there. Taylor moves in front. Weidman slides on his belly and comes up with the block. Bulldogs soaking everything as that one either bounced off the glove of Eliason or the crossbar. And in the process, the Bulldogs able to clear it down by the stick of Cyrus Toth.
Yeah, a couple of big shot blocks there by Blake Wyman. A couple of great opportunities, though, for Niagara to start out this game so far.
Soka to Little as the Purple Eagles gain the line. It's turned over and taken away by DeCalloway. He'll rim it up the boards and out of the zone. Brandon Nye has a step. Will inch his way towards Dubinsky, who has to play it quickly. 10 seconds left on the power play for Niagara. Bellinger will dump it in around the boards. 4 seconds now as Dubinsky taps his stick to the left. Out of the box is Bro, and the Bulldogs killing off their penalty back to 5-on-5 even strength. And this puck whistled down for icing. 17-10 left to go here in the first period. We'll take this time to look at our goaltending matchup here for tonight for the Bulldogs. it's going to be the freshman and Dylan Eliason. Played 6 games so far this season, a 117 GAA and a 952 save percentage, 4-1-1 on the season. Not too bad. And at the other end, it's Jacob Dubinsky, also 6 games played, a .83 save percentage, or excuse me, a .83 goals against average with a 962 save percentage, 6-0 on the season. We'll see whose record takes a hit here tonight. But I'm sure that the goaltending is going to come and play in as a massive factor in the tilt here tonight.
Yeah, I want to see how Eliason plays here. You know, he played extremely well against Ohio, which was a great matchup for him, so he's ready for the occasion, and he's going to step up for sure.
3.5 in, Bulldogs break it out. Off-centered pass, but deflects to the net of Dubinsky, and Marley will snow the netminder.
Yeah, his stick was grabbed by Niagara defenseman. But so far, throughout this first 3:30, you haven't seen any clean passes or breakout passes from the Bulldogs so far. The pressure from Niagara is really getting to the defense, and also the wingers on the wall. They're not able to connect the passes.
I would imagine a lot of this first period is going to be a feeling out process. Adrian always has that intimidation factor, and the Niagara Purple Eagles know that they can play, but it's been some time since they've seen the Bulldogs and are likely really eager to try and pick up a win. So no mistakes is going to be huge. Up out of the zone, a backhand from Dylan Gajewski. Settles in the right side corner. Marley will chop it deep. Heading after it, that's Taylor. Seen him for a number of shifts so far early. Walklin around the boards, nobody home there. Gajewski will chase after it. Schaumburger juts his way in to try and give some assist. Locked up 2-on-2 on the boards. Backhanded blindly through a pair of legs as it squeaks out of the zone. Strasky, last man back, will go cross ice for Bro. Up ahead was Mins. Bulldogs still trying to get out of the zone as now they're able to do it. Allen sent into the boards. Chasing after is Mins with speed. There's a pickup from Allen. Stops, lets a shot go. Blocked in front. Loft is there. Rebound on top of the paint. It's cleared to the corner. Bulldogs right there in the hunt. Right side corner blue line. That drive sticked away by Dubinsky. This is off for Little. Up to the boards, turned over. Bro with a hard slap shot off target and wide. Bulldogs make changes. There's a nice shoulder hit there in open ice on Glover. This is flipped over everyone's head. Now across the blue line, wrist shot gets deflected. Good soak from Cossette. Up top is Smith, turning and shooting, puts it into the body of Cossette. That's 2 on the play. Sharp angle shot from Reagan towards the front. Dubinsky with the pad save, he keeps it out. Turin up top to the left blue, Toth waiting. Lets a shot go. Dubinsky, the glove save, didn't squeeze it. Cossette will clear. Turin will hold on to the puck. It was over the blue line, so they had to dump it back in and reset. Lots of good chances on both sides early on in this first period. Here comes Niagara. Up through the middle. Bellinger with a shot. Walked away by Eliason. Sent it into the uprights. Waiting for the pass on the boards was Turin. Cross ice feed. Wide open. Purple Eagles score. Niagara, their first tally of the evening, and it's 1-0.
This play is all from a turnover. And the defensive zone has struggled so far for the Bulldogs. And Bellinger makes them pay with an awesome dish here as he goes all alone. Everybody's going over to him, and they missed the backdoor guy. And Niagara, quick start, up 1.
Some silence brought by some stick taps from the boys to the right in the Adrian College Shields. Niagara will get the first goal of this series, and it was a clean tap-in backdoor play. Up the boards, now it's Mont who will sit on the puck. McLaughlin goes low for Jammer as it whips around the yellow kick plate. Chopped out, stays in, good keep for Mont. Off the boards, arm is up, and I think the Bulldogs are going to take another penalty here as they touched up on the puck, and the whistle blew. I believe it's Justin Jammer who's going to go to the box.
Call for a roughing. I think it was on the hit that he gave when that Mott stepped up on that puck. Didn't see really much. We weren't paying attention that much to the play, but either way, it's only 6:20 into this first period and 2 power play chances now for the Purple Eagles.
13:39 remaining to go in the first period. Second penalty kill for the Bulldogs. It's Loft who walks the line. Chasing in is Bellinger as his puck deflected way over the protective netting. So we'll have to get a reset 8 seconds in.
Yeah, Bulldogs so far on the PK, getting in those shooting lanes, ultra important, especially when you're trying to kill off 2 in a row to start off this game.
Up top of the blue line, Loft will hold on to it and distribute off to the left, and Bellinger whiffing on the shot, but getting in the way was DeCalloway as he's able to force the clear. That's a big defensive play.
Yeah, he lifted the stick actually of that bumper guy causing that turnover.
Dubinsky turns the puck over for Smith, gives him a little bit of room to operate, dumps it in, and continues play as he let it out of his glove. Looked like the officials were going to blow the whistle for a second. Smith drives it way into the bench area. This will bring another whistle.
Yeah, unfortunately, that one's going to go back into the offensive zone for the Purple Eagles because unfortunately went out. So puck goes to the zone where Smith hit it out, and unfortunately that was in the defensive zone. So it would have been a clearing and more time off because of an offensive zone draw here for the Purple Eagles.
Delay on the draw as we'll get the drop again. Will play behind. Toff able to clear it out. It was tipped out of the air by Glover, so it stopped some of the momentum. Taylor will wait and walk down the center lane to Callaway again. A good play. Here's Nye who will shift quickly towards it. Picking up the pace is Callan. Leaves it for Taylor, side pass. This is Gudnadson. Give and go to Taylor, we'll wait it out. Glover gets it right back. Center of the blue line, Taylor will swap places. Off to the left, full cycle for the Purple Eagles, and a soak from Zaski. 25 seconds left. Off to the flank. Waiting it out is Glover. Slides it down low, gets it right back. Across ice, wrist shot goes high and wide. Glover again able to keep the momentum going. Taylor steps in, sends a shot in. Pad save made on the deflection by Eliason, and the Bulldogs able to clear it down. That will finish the PK as they've killed off 2 for 2.
That's an important kill there. Another goal for the Purple Eagles, and they're going to be red hot, but good stop for the Bulldogs.
Callan with a good feed. Now in the slot. High riser goes over the bar again. Niagara really utilizing that center lane for a lot of their shooting opportunities. Able to open up the ice for themselves and let it rip from wherever they want. Front of the Bulldog bench, seen a lot of action to our right, which is an unusual sign. But it does show that Niagara came to play today. Top of the blue line. To the right. That's Angelin with a nice move. Gets around Reimer. Still doing it himself. Leaves it down low. Back to the top of the blue line. Stepping in. There's a wrist shot. Pad save made by Eliason as he bumps it off towards the wall. Bulldogs will lift it out, but it stays in. Pitchforks by Reimer. Again, Adrian College can't exit the zone. They'll go to the boards in Gajewski. Cross ice, Reimer all alone on the left wing, skates his way in, shoots, and a blocker save made by Dubinsky. Oh, that was a big waffle stop there by number 40.
I even would say that it went off the paddle, actually, as we're going to catch it on the replay. The Bulldogs absolutely struggling right now to get the puck out of the zone, but it's a step from the Niagara defenseman, leaves Reimer all by himself. And this one, he's trying to go top right. It goes off of the paddle of Dubinsky.
Be sure to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered, and don't miss a moment. Follow at Adrian College TV today. Play continues in the slot, bounces over everyone's head. This is whistled for a high stick, and we'll take a stoppage with 10:07 remaining in the first.
Yeah, this line so far, the Allen, Mins, and Schomburger line has been really the only line that's been able to get some type of sustained pressure in the offensive zone, and we saw it a little bit earlier too, and just recently, but that one called for a high stick.
Taylor goes up, row around the boards for Mins. On the slot area, kicked away by Mins. His pass was intended for Schomburger, though it did not connect. Stransky looking to start the breakout. Rowe with a stutter step, and it's tipped by Allen. Tried to keep it a little bit too low and wound up going too high, so this is up into the netting. We'll take the draw in the neutral zone. And I'm shocked to see so far the difficulty that the Bulldogs have been having on getting the puck out of the zone and at least starting their breakout and make it to try and set up in the O zone.
Yeah, so what Purple Eagles are doing is they're stepping with their defensemen. They're having an F3 high to clog up the middle, so the Bulldogs are trying to work to the middle of the ice, but it's a quick turnover and going the other way.
Purple Eagles in full attack right now. Smith on the outside. Tries to get rid of it. It stays in. Toth up ahead for Smith. Loft gives him a shove from behind. This is crunched out of the zone by the Bulldogs. It will be icing again.
I think the biggest problem right now for the Bulldogs is last weekend they played Saginaw, who kind of laid back a little bit and gave the Bulldogs as much time as possible. Niagara is the complete opposite. They are hounding you and trying to outwork you no matter what. They are not laying back at all. And I think the switch up from going from a team like Saginaw to a team like Niagara is what is causing the issue so far through these first 11 minutes.
I would agree with you. Two very different styles of play between a top-ranked team like this in Niagara and someone who's just about at the middle of the pack and trying to find their identity in Saginaw. The Bulldogs do this every season where they'll have a lesser opponent and then a really good opponent. But it's now starting to get harder as a good shot from Turin is gobbled up by Dubinsky. The level of competition in the ACHA at this point, once you get to the top 10, is super tight. And so you don't have a lot of wiggle room to work with.
Yeah, exactly. And especially with how much speed there is now and skill, too. It seems like those kind of gaps and the differences have become a little bit more tighter as well.
Carrying this out is Sam Davies as he goes to the wall. Banked off, collected by Shepard. Up ahead, Zaski with a hit on Soka. 2-on-2 situation. Pass off pad that was deflected by the left toe of Eliasson. This is airmailed into one of our championship banners hanging from the rafters. And again, we'll halt play. 8:27 left to go here in the first period. Niagara with a 1-0 score at this point in the game. Our only tally from Aiden Callan, his third of the season, assisted by Charlie Bellinger and Lucas Fancy, their 6th and 5th assists on the year. Stretch pass from Gajewski, too hot to handle for Marley. Now he'll get to it. Had control and then lost it. Reimer chasing after. Over to the boards, trying to smash it out is Spimeni. We get a stoppage in play here.
Seeing Adrian more trying to use that F3 going into the zone, that late guy. We saw it in a play earlier when Turin had that great opportunity, the last play, and then just recently there, Marley had a chance with getting that puck and could have walked in and take a shot, but unfortunately went off of his stick.
8:08 here in the first period. Reimer in the draw with Gudnison. Official taking their time on the faceoff. Gajewski up top for Marley, stolen from him at the last second by Taylor. This is bounced out of the zone. Mont, first one to it. Pirouettes open. Gajewski fanned on his pass and a costly turnover here. Now working the wing, it's Callan. McLaughlin one-on-one in the boards. Shabbat gets hugged by Marley. Reimer taking his time to get to the puck. Scans for options. He'll fan on his pass. Almost turned over the puck himself. As he'll wait underneath the red line. Mont leading the breakout. Passes to Reimer, a backhand up ahead for Mins in his feet. Callan, sticking to that puck like glue, is able to send it down. Mont gets hit into the boards, separated from the puck as he loses control. Schoenberger will head in to try and help out. Near side right corner, still locked up. Loft has it from way downtown. Lets a shot go off the bounce on the boards. Eliasson had to come up with a save.
It was really smart from Loft there. He had no shooting angle and a bunch of traffic in front of the net. As we're going to catch it on the replay, you can see him. He's going to start to walk to the middle and then realize that the lane is clogged up. And then he's going to aim this off of the Meyer logo there, and the bounce off of these live boards almost caused a goal.
Not for nothing. That pass, that shot pass from Loft almost looked like it was intentional. As a one-time there gets blocked in the slot. Strasky taken down. Arm is going to go up. Bulldogs will go to the power play. And let's hope they don't take any retaliatory penalties in the process.
To finish your thought, it was entirely intentional. They're looking for that play, especially with Eliasson stepping out there thinking it's going to be a shot. It leaves the short side open.
So it's Cullen McCormick who's going to go to the box. We'll give the Bulldogs their first power play opportunity of the game. They've already been on the kill twice. Now it's their turn on the 5-on-4.
As Purple Eagles squad stopped all 11 penalties that they gave up against Liberty last week. So Bulldogs, heavy task here tonight.
PK starts things off good as they're able to clear it down. Eliasson will play the live puck and leave it for McLaughlin as he makes his approach. Walking straight down Main Street, drops it back for Sebastian Smith, who picks up his speed. Holding on the backhand, the right-handed shot circles the zone, goes up top, and it's cleared out. A good stick play by Shabbat as he tipped it out and sent it down the ice. McLaughlin again will restart. A couple of changes for Niagara. McLaughlin, Deja Vu, will drop back for Smith. Will head back to the left side wing, loses control of the puck, and lifting it down is Cossette. Second power play unit will come out for the Bulldogs as the first one not getting anything going.
And what the Purple Eagles do is they stack all four on the blue line, causing the zone entry to be really tough for the Bulldogs.
Strasky to Turin, who will hold on to the right wing. A nice move, goes inside and out, top of the paint. Nobody can find a shot. Gajewski takes a look, drops it back for Reimer. Waiting and uses the boards as a shield. Now banks it up top for Strasky. Takes a glance, goes for Reimer. His pass is picked off, got too cute with it. Right there waiting for it was Spumeni. Jammer to Gajewski, has the stick handle in a phone booth, and Shabbat will clear it down.
It's the pressure here from the Purple Eagles that are causing the problems for the Bulldogs. They're not used to a PK unit that just goes right at them no matter what.
This is textbook man-to-man hockey from Niagara right now as Reimer breaks his way in. Now to the right circle, lets a shot go that gets blocked. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-4. No shots to show for the Bulldogs. One-timer deflected in front, and it just settled wide. Strasky will play back to the center ice red line, waiting for McCormick to come out of the box as he finally exits. The Purple Eagles with a dominant penalty kill there, letting only one shot up. 4:27 left to go in the first period. Niagara still up 1-0. Bulldogs trying to find their first of the day. Toth to Allen. Has support with Mins to his right. Stops at the blue line. Dishes down low. His wrist shot shouldered away. And it's Callan who will take it down the ice. A nice move around Toth, but he's stopped by Zaski as it headed his way. Lifted up and played into the protective netting. So we'll stop with 4:02 left to go in the first.
The problem I've noticed here for the Bulldogs when trying to break the puck out or trying to regroup is that their forwards are just going right into Purple Eagles, leaving no options for the Bulldog defense to go anywhere with the puck. Just that last play, Toth looked up and he had absolutely nobody. Everybody was on the far side and marked by 2 Purple Eagles, and that's what caused him to go up high with the puck.
Loft goes cross ice as it's rainbowed in on Eliason. Had to play the bouncing puck. Always scary for a goaltender when that drops down from the heavens. Little gets rid of it. Dishes for Fancy. It's a good move around the boards. Loft heads to the front of the net. Sent to the top. Angle in. His point drive goes wide. McLaughlin angled into the boards. This is pushed up the wall. Turned over. Now a good outlet pass from Marley. Brandon Nye, who makes his way in, gets crunched into the glass. Reagan deflects this puck into the bench, and again, we'll stop play. Seen a lot of whistles in this first period, and of course, I don't think any team would design it that way, but just the way the game is going, forcing play to stop and restart quite frequently.
And it's just been sticks on pucks basically the whole entire time. Nothing's been clean at all. We've seen a couple of pucks going in the netting and a couple going in the bench too, so nothing clean passes at all so far throughout this first period.
Angelin trying to dance his way out of a tight situation. Smith sent the shot on. Patted away by Dubinsky. Strasky shoots, blockered, and kept out again by Dubinsky. A lot of the shots coming from the perimeter as a tight one there from Turin. Again, kept out by Dubinsky as he held on to the post. Strasky tees one up. Pad saved by Dubinsky again. Bulldogs trying to find some pressure here in the offensive zone. Good keep in by Bro as he just barely keeps it in over the line. Smith on one hand will shield around Angelin. Looks backhand, stops to go forehand. Gets his feet taken out from under him. Still controlling the puck. And it's the Purple Eagles who will win the wall battle. Backhanded over the head of Bro. Settles, but it's turned over. There's a shot into the chest of Eliason. He'll hold on. Good save from the freshman as he keeps this a 1-0 game.
And you mentioned a little bit earlier of all the shots coming from the outside, and that's because Purple Eagles are doing a great job of clogging the middle. Bulldogs have been trying to find those passes in front of the net and into the seam, but there's nothing there so far because that weak side winger is always back in the house to protect the front of the net.
Soka gets thrown out for Spumeni. As the Callaway in the circle for the Bulldogs. Weidman looks to the middle as the stretch feed unsuccessful. Eliason comes out to stop it. Leaves it back. It's turned over. Tight angle shot there, holding the post with the pad is Eliason. One-time drive in the slot, soaked there. Can't leave the open space for the Bulldogs. Had a man unaccounted for, could have cost them. This is slash cross ice, off the boards and out. We'll get over the blue line. Weidman trying to use his speed. It's dumped in once again at the center ice red line. Eliason will stop it and leave it for Mont. Long pass way up ice as it's tipped in by Weidman, who will head back to the bench. Changes with Eli Reimer. Handled on the boards, Gajewski. Marley takes a massive hit straight to the chest. Now to the slot, the drive from Mott deflected wide. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Bulldogs trying to tie the game up before the end of the first frame. This is chipped out. Callan tips it down. And it's Gudnason will fish it in deep. Gajewski, small area pass to Marley, couldn't pick it up. In between the feet of Chabot, lifted out. And this will hit the overhanging scoreboard and stop play with 27.4 left to go.
It's been really killing the Bulldogs so far is the pressure from the forecheck of Niagara. They're just getting right after the defense for Adrian and causing a bunch of turnovers, and the pucks just haven't been clean passes. And it's just causing a bunch of problems where we're just having chances right in front of the net off of quick turnovers.
Poked off the stick. Schaumburger couldn't hold on to it. Again, bouncing in on net. Eliason has it, decides to hold on to it. The smart play there. Had some pressure being sent his way. That was Bellinger who had the assist on the first goal.
We've seen a lot of flip pucks here from Niagara in this first period as well. They're really taking advantage of the bounciness and the problems that can possibly cause for defense and goaltending.
Bro will take this to the wall. Mins does the same. Strasky controlling behind his net, spins. And will also go to the boards. And that'll do it for the first period. Niagara will take a 1-0 lead into the second period. A great offensive effort from them and the Bulldogs looking to try and figure out the game plan. You started to talk about flipped pucks from Niagara on net towards Eliason. What I've noticed too, a lot of flipped pucks out of the defensive zone from the Bulldogs. Not the traditional breakout that we're seeing from them, just trying to find their footing at this point in the game.
Yeah, because the first 5 minutes or so, they were trying to hit that stretch guy, and nothing came out of it. Niagara stuck onto them like glue and was causing a bunch of turnovers and the puck going the other way, which eventually, if that keeps on happening, it tires out your defense, and you see those turnovers like we saw later in that first period.
Not a bad period by any means from the Bulldogs. I'm sure that they would like a goal either to be in their favor or to be taken off of the scoreboard. The play that Niagara scored on was a textbook bang-bang passing play in front of the net. Not a whole lot that you can do, but there's definitely stuff to improve on going forward as they head towards the second.
Well, that first goal all came from a turnover on the wall, not getting that puck out. And then we've seen that time after time in this first period is that they've kept on turning these puck overs when it's on the wall or even just in the defensive zone. So if I'm Adrian, I need to fix that going into the second period and have some sustained offensive zone time because it's been all Niagara to our right so far in this first period.
Aiden Callan with the only goal so far in this one, that coming at 5:53 in the first period. Niagara leads this game 1-0 as we head towards our second period. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman will take a step aside for the first period intermission and return with the second frame in a few. Niagara University and Adrian College right here at the Arrington Ice Arena. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. The campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1:15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena, getting set for the start of the second period in the Hockey House game of the week. Number 2, Niagara University against number 7, your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. 1-0 our score so far in this one through 20 minutes. It's been fast, it's been fun. Really good game so far, though. Niagara has the upper hand The lone goal belonging to Aiden Callan, his third of the season, assisted by Charlie Bellinger, his sixth assist, and Lucas Fancy, his fifth assist at 5:53 in the first period. I'm going to expect a very fast start coming out of the gate, at least for the Bulldogs, and I'm sure a lot of the defensive mindset for the Purple Eagles will stay the same.
Yeah, I've been really impressed on how this Purple Eagles team not only started the game but also continued throughout that first period. They looked like, honestly, the better team throughout the first 20, able just to dominate on the forecheck, causing a bunch of turnovers for Adrian. And obviously I want to know what the locker room was like for the Bulldogs in there, what Coach Astalo said to them, and hopefully able to hype them up for this first period and see a different type of Bulldogs in this next 20.
Well, I'm sure that for the most part, it wasn't a panicked locker room by any means. This is a team that knows what they're doing, have been in these situations before, especially against good opponents like Niagara. They're probably calm and collected, just saying, hey, it wasn't our best start to the series that we maybe would have wanted, but it's nothing to be ashamed over. The shots are just about even. It's 11 of 14 in favor of Niagara, so only 3 more for the Purple Eagles. But other than that, they were trying to do whatever they could, had some good scoring chances, just need to find a way to penetrate the offensive zone a little bit better going forward for the next 40.
Yeah, I think those passes through the middle of the ice, the way that Niagara claws up the middle, I think that might be the change that needs to be made in trying to go on the outside and work from low to high and get those defensemen shooting those pucks on net, because what we saw and what worked well in that first period was the puck moving from the defense to the front of the net, and more shots on net gives you a better chance to score some goals.
We'll head back to center ice, 20 minutes on the clock, puck is dropped, and we are underway once again here at the AIA. This puck rolling on edge, tumbles all the way down to our left. McLaughlin on the boards, dishes for Turin, and snaps it off for Reagan. Here's the fast start, quick shot, guided away by Dubinsky. Nobody in front of the net to try and pick up the rebound, and Turin gives it up in front of the net. This is lifted down towards Eliasson, stops it on his forehand, pushes it away for Motts. Kicked by the right foot of Reagan. Now it's Smith who will enter the zone, gets around his man in Little. Lost underneath the red line, Little again, trying to force it out. Dumped in towards Dubinsky, off the backboards. And will settle down for Loft. Little carrying on the right wing, extended stick from Reimer. He gives it up, 2-on-2 situation developing. Good move in the slot towards the front, arm is gonna go up. This will draw a call. Bulldogs are gonna go back to the penalty kill again for the third time tonight. And we saw a penalty before the first minute was done of the first period and just barely over the first minute of the second period.
Both of those going against Bro, too. That one, unfortunately, is a trip. I mean, it was a great move for Niagara, and unfortunately caught Bro by surprise, and he had it tripped away for the chance.
Third time tonight, the 5-on-4 for Niagara. Little with the head fake. It's Loft to Little, hard shot, and it rises off the iron and looking to the rafters as Bellinger in disbelief. That had some absolute heat on it.
Yeah, it was heat-seeking, too. I mean, that thing was a straight-up missile. We saw it, a perfect vantage point from us up here in the booth. That had eyes right to that top left corner, but the bar said no.
Rowe in the face-off circle, or rather that was Jammer, I apologize. This is a slap down by Weidman, trying to kill some clock off. In reverse are the Purple Eagles, now making their approach. This is Alex Little heading up Main Street. Swipes it to the side. Outside angle shot. Never reached Eliasson as he takes a look. Around the boards it goes. McCormick finds his D-man up top in Loft, who puts it right back to where it came from. Toth along the boards. Pokes it free, and it's Weidman who will clear the zone. Jammer with some speed. Dubinsky coming way out of his crease. Jammer tipped it down, but didn't get the perfect angle to try and stuff it in the back of the net. Bellinger goes down low. Roped towards the front by Callan. top of the circle. Purple Eagles taking their time, look comfortable on the power play. One-timer on Eliason, scores! Bellinger, his second point of the night, and it's a power play strike. 2-0 Purple Eagles.
It's deja vu from that first one of that one-timer. This time, instead of going top left, he goes short. He goes far side, right over the pad, under the glove of Eliason. Eventually, we knew that these power plays for Niagara were going to hurt the Bulldogs. And the third one in, they find themselves with a 2-0 lead.
Can't win a game if you're in the box all the time, and that was some of the problems the Bulldogs were having earlier on in the season, and that problem's starting to creep its way into this game as they've been in the box far too many times. Twice in the first period, now a third time in the second. And it costs them for the first time tonight, so the Purple Eagles double their lead. This is all the way down the ice. It is icing. And Bellinger, the sharpshooter statistically for the Purple Eagles, getting his 9th goal of the season.
And he kind of teased us with that first one off of the bar, and I would think the PKers would kind of recognize that play as they ran it before. At that time, it was just all heat.
Mins up ahead for Allen as he gains the blue line. Tries to make his way around Angelin. He's unsuccessful in his attempts, and the puck is turned over at the red line as making some quick moves is Fancy, a backhand escorted away by Eliason. Hard crunch by Allen on the boards. Zaski will get to it, the stick lift there, and a nice reverse hit on Spumeni. Up the boards for Mins. Getting in his way is Angelin. Zaski back behind the cage, will circle around, has a man on his coattails, but gets away from the pressure. Slides it across for Allen, who will look to the net. Left side wing, quick shot outside of the net, it stays out. Looked like it might have had eyes for a second, but didn't cross the line. We stay at 2-0. Lifted in, Wesco loses control to Marley, who can't get around, and again, Niagara doing a great job with the back check to get to loose pucks in time and take it away from the Bulldogs. This is swept up the boards, hard hit to the back of Reimer. Gajewski gaining speed. Right side wing, fanned on the shot, looks to the slot and turns it over. Reimer with a chop on the stick of Taylor, and he can't free the puck up. Dubinsky stops it behind the nets, and I believe this is offsides.
Yeah, I think you're going to be right here. I think Reimer thought he tagged up in time, go onsides, but late offsides was called, and take a draw outside of the zone.
Play back to Bro. He'll dump it in around the high glass. It rattles over for Smith as he played it in his feet. Needed to get a jump to the puck. Loose end ahead, Strasky to Turin over the line. Cross ice for Smith, tried to let it go, fanned on it. The second attempt gets deflected in front. Seems to be a consistent factor that there's a Purple Eagle in the slot or on top of the paint at all times.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job of neutralizing this potent Bulldog offense for sure.
Reagan takes a hard shoulder to the back as Turin fighting valiantly for it. Stolen by Little. Up ahead, it's Smith who takes a chop. Punched off. The deflection by Eliason. It's up ahead and out of the zone. Bulldogs get clearance. McCormick goes away, and this is offsides. Little was still tangled up with Turin. And 14:49 remaining in the second period. 2-0. Still here in the second.
Yeah, you can kind of just see the frustration from the Bulldogs so far throughout this first 5 minutes of the second period. Just the passing plays for them haven't been working, and especially in the offensive zone, we saw a little bit of sustained pressure there, but nothing to show for it in the shots.
This is flown in. Weidman chasing after. That's a good hit on Purple Eagle behind there as the net knocked off its pegs and dislodges. Don't see that happen very often, especially the pegs being drilled into the ice here. Takes a lot of force to get them both to knock off like that.
Yeah, I think Nick Callaway was fighting for the puck there and ended up in the back of the net. Luckily, Dubinsky was fine and didn't get hit by anything.
Callaway and Spumeni in the far side face-off circle. Official really taking his time with some of these face-offs. Separates everybody. Now we'll get the okay. To Callaway, walks his man on the line, takes a tumble in the process. Slipped around the boards. Mont will chase it to keep it in. Arma's going to go up on this play. And the Bulldogs to the power play, a big opportunity for them to get on the board. A slashing call will go against Cameron Shepard as he'll sit down for 2 minutes.
And we really see it much from our vantage point up here in the booth, but as you mentioned before, this is a great opportunity for the Bulldogs to get back into this game, especially with how this second period has gone so far. And this is almost, I would say, just a much needed goal, especially just to cut the lead in half.
Jammer's going to get tossed from the circle. Turin will replace him. Turin wins it back. Strasky at the line. Gajewski looking, shooting. It's deflected wide. The cage was open, but nobody to put it back. Gajewski keeps it in. Some great stick handles at the top of the blue line. Strasky. Gajewski fires, and it flutters over the top of the bar. Reimer in a tight area finds Strasky up top. Back for Reimer on the right side hash mark. Saucer pass to Strasky as it jumped over his stick. And out of the zone, they'll have to reset. New PK unit out for the Purple Eagles. Dish pass for Jammer as he flicks it in. Gajewski pinned on the wall. A good move. Finds it up top. Reimer steps on one, and it's stopped by the pad of Dubinsky. Reimer to Gajewski. Now the top of the circles. Walks in, shoots, scores! Gajewski finds the seam, and the Bulldogs score on the power play.
Usually this Purple Eagle squad doesn't let you have any time, especially up by the point, but this time Gajewski has all the time in the world to walk into the middle of the ice and choose his spot. And a much needed goal for the Bulldogs to split this Niagara lead in half.
You know, I think Dubinsky might have gotten tripped up. It looked like there was a double-stacked screen in front of him that was self-inflicted by his own players. Was doing the head bobs around his men, and I think at the last second, Gajewski saw the opening and took full advantage as this is sent in front. Heading back the other way, now downhill is Allen. Will drop it back for Schomburger. Allen taken out. Bulldogs want a penalty. They're not going to get one. Allen is still tangled up behind the play. Developing 3-on-2 is stopped by McLaughlin. Underneath the red line. Schomburger gets rid of it. Big goal for number 66 in yellow. Always in the right position to let one fly. Most of the time it's on the one-timer we see him for the power play, but that one a clean wrister. Right side blue line. Good play from Turin. Can't get it out though. To the corner, looking over his left shoulder is Mott. His backhand gets out and rolls all the way down the ice. Crosses over the offensive zone blue line. Turin is slashing for it, trying to use his big frame to get the puck. Now he does. Almost a reverse hit on him as he collided with Cossette. McLaughlin dishes on the backhand. Poked free by Reagan. It'll stay in the Purple Eagle attacking zone. Wesco. Hugged by Mott. Up top, it's McCormick. Will skate his way around. Stops on a dime. Up top, Angelin tees one up, and that's wide. Mott got his stick in a body. Might have gotten away with a call. McCormick shooting that one wide to the blocker side of Eliason. That could have cost the Bulldogs if the official saw it fully. Some other action going on. Jammer with a nice hit on Cossette. Glover to Cossette, rips one, and a shoulder shrug save by Eliason, deflected into the netting. 11:16 left to go in this second period. Bulldogs get one back. It's 2-1.
Yeah, I thought for sure that after the Bulldog goal, they were going to see more energy out of them and kind of flip the momentum, but a great response from Niagara after that goal. A lot of offensive zone time and a couple of great chances for them in front of the net as well.
Again, another delay on the draw. Kind of puzzled to why that keeps happening. Seems like everybody's in order, but the officials don't seem to think so. Toth goes off the end wall for Weidman. Drops it slowly for Zaski. Turned over, now a chance in the slot. Backhand, deflects wide. Toth got it with that knee pad. Schneidmiller down low in the slot. Repositioning the puck is Weidman. Jammer runs into Schneidmiller. Passes askew as Zaski will play it in the neutral zone. Toth with a backhand. That's slipped over. Little has it. Weidman again doing a good job just trying to get to the puck as fast as he can. 3-on-2. Little makes some space, gets chopped by Zaski. Cross ice, and it just goes wide. Bulldogs narrowly get away with one. Here's Shabbat. Gets taken down. Jammer is going to be the guilty party, and the Bulldogs back to the PK again, the fourth time here tonight.
And that's his second as well, so we've seen 2 from Jammer and 2 from Bro.
Just a reminder, ACTV broadcasts are fully student ran. Our staff here tonight, of course, myself, Alex Herman, and Tyler Ackerman. Our director, Tate Wise, and our cameramen, Remington Gilniak and Alexander Grove. Students always calling the shots here, quite literally. Happy to be able to provide you all Bulldog athletics all season long here on ACTV. Here's Wesco with some speed down the left wing to the slot. Glover too hot to handle. Would have been better if Wesco just decided to shoot that puck. He had all the time in the world.
100%, especially with how Bro was leaning more towards that pass, trying to clog that up. He could have walked in a little bit farther and just ripped one.
I thought he was going to shoot too. It was kind of set up that way. We'll see if he does it now. Wesco again down the left wall. Up top at the center circle. Glover gets it back. Holding is Taylor. Wesco on the possession. Back to Taylor. Steps into one and a good soak from Smith. Went down in pain but gets right back up. Taylor tees it up. That's off the backside of Gudnison. Bro extends the stick. Tries to force it out. Smith maybe with some space. He's shorthanded. Smith breaking to the net. Shoots! Save made by Dubinsky. He closes the 5-hole. Weidman was trailing to his left. They elected to go shot option.
Yeah, Smith with a great opportunity here. He had Weidman right away right there and chipped it around. And it's 2-on-0, which you normally don't see at all on a PK. And Smith, unfortunately, just not able to hammer that one home to tie this game up.
If you slow that play down, I can understand why Smith was thinking shot there, because it looked like Dubinsky was starting to cheat over for that cross-ice feed, which is the right idea on a 2-on-0 like that. But if he had just waited an extra second, he probably could have put it to the southpaw blocker of Dubinsky. Maybe that could have been a shorthanded goal to tie the game up.
And, you know, Smith, he's always got the deception with him, too. So I think he was just trying to go just over the pad, but just couldn't find it.
Right idea. That one just didn't go. 25 seconds left on the Niagara power play. They set it up at the top Little playing the point. Wrist shot, blocker save made by Eliason. Nye tries to go up and out. It's kept in. Good play from Little. Off to the flank. A backhand through the slot. It's tipped away. 7 seconds left. Little will punch it back deep. Chasing is Bellinger. Out of the zone it goes, and the Bulldogs have killed it off once again. Jammer, a good pass to DeCalloway. Tries to slide it over. Never released it. Here's McCormick. We had some music start to come on over the PA. Sure, a technical difficulty down in the booth on the iPad. Jammer lifts it in. Playing the loose puck is Anglin. There goes some speed. Quick shot. Blocker save made by Eliason. Davies, a backhand, rotating on the y-axis, will settle down. Toth flips it over everybody's head, knocked down out of the air. Playing it was Shepard. Shepard again with a good play. Will dump it in and head back to the bench for a change. Mins trying to find enemy territory. Gains the red line and dumps it in. And it's turned over for the Purple Eagles, but maybe a steal from Gajewski as it bounced through his legs. Around the boards. Will settle down. Marley for Gajewski. Now up top is Reimer. Bro, cross ice. Zaski tried to let one go, but it bounced off his blade at the last second. Zaski steps up with a hit. He's trying to slow things down. He was a physical presence. That number 2, Griffin Zaski. Gajewski picked his head up at the right time, otherwise would have been ran through. As Bro gets it to Gajewski. Lead pass for Marley through his legs. Hard angle shot. As that one over the glove side of Dubinsky. Bro off the boards for Gajewski. Slaps it low out of his crease as Dubinsky stops it on the forehand, plays it on the backhand. Around the boards it goes. Will stay in. Now some speed from Niagara. Glover, a good shot. Fighting it off is Eliason. He'll hold on for the whistle. 5:50 left to go in the second period.
What I've noticed so far in the second period is the man rushes opportunities for Niagara. It seems that when they're breaking that puck out, Adrian puts all 3 forwards trying to forecheck and cause a turnover, and one quick pass goes the other way, and then Niagara has a great opportunity.
McLaughlin off the high glass and out. Will settle for Turin, has Smith in support, drops it back. Smith, a good shot, but that one just barely wide. Might have caught Dubinsky off guard. This is ripped around the boards. Peeling away are the Purple Eagles. Glover trying to poke it free. This is loose for Cossette. This is pawed down by Mott a couple of times there. No hand pass as the palm was open. Reagan with a hit along the wall, sent in on net. Grabbed out of midair by Eliason. He'll hold it.
And that last one was kind of pinballing all around. I think Mott got his hand out at least 3 times what I counted. So we're going to look at this play real quick. And kind of just a nothing play turns into something as
1, 2, 3. You were right.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I can count.
You can count. I can't. We won't revisit that, though.
You might be asked a couple of questions later in today's broadcast.
I will ask you politely, please no. Play continues. This is free for DeCalloway. 2-on-1 if he can hurry, and his pass is picked off. Here's a good steal from Jammer. Gets over the line. 1-on-3, and he's hunted down. DeCalloway has a stick in his body, and a slashing call is going to go against Niagara. So there was one behind the play, but the officials caught the one to the right in front of them. And it's Lucas Fancy who will go to the box for 2 minutes.
That was a great play there by Wyman, actually, to get back on sides. He had a full-on slide dive, putting his feet up, as we're going to catch the replay on that 2-on-1 opportunity. Just went right over the Callaway's stick. And here's, you see at the top of your screen, Wyman going in there like a soccer slide just to be on sides. Another chance now for the Bulldogs to score on their last power play, looking to do the same to tie this hockey game up.
Those are the times where we need those cameras sitting right at the blue line that some of the NHL teams have to get that extra angle to find out if it was truly onside or not.
No, I love the effort, though, by Wyman, that's for sure.
Bulldogs will set up on the power play, trying to tie the game up at 2. It's wide for Gajewski. Waits, shoots, it's blocked. The clearing attempt does get out, but just barely. Reimer was there before it cleared all the way down. One touch by Gajewski. Good separating play by McCormick. Sent around the boards. To the near side wall, it's Reimer. Has to do this himself. 1-on-2. Gajewski to Strasky. Waits. Had a shot option and never took it. This is cleared down. Strasky will have to skate back to retrieve it. Still the first unit on the power play for the Bulldogs. Strasky skating it up ice himself, dropped back for Gajewski, needed to send that around the boards. And Niagara is able to clear. So 60 seconds gone in this power play for the Bulldogs. Was fortunate enough to score on the last one, Dylan Gajewski, on that left face-off circle. This is turned over. Cossette is able to punch it down. And again, Bulldogs having some trouble here setting up in the offensive zone. McLaughlin drops back for Smith. Over for Reagan. A turnover right on top of the blue line. Mins has to go horizontal. McLaughlin up ahead for Smith. Off the boards, taken away. There's a good move from Spumeni. Walks around the zone himself. Takes it to the slot, nobody home. 3 seconds left, Zaski will carry. Wrist shot goes wide, but the Bulldogs offside, so now only 1 second left. And 2:48 left to go in the second.
You mentioned a little bit earlier, but the problem the Bulldogs had was entering the zone because of that stacked blue line. You can't drop the puck off because there's going to be a Purple Eagle right on your tail no matter what. So the smarter play is to dump that puck in and work towards that because you're turning the feet of the defenseman for the Purple Eagles.
Niagara kills it off, and no way. Lucas Fancy is going to go right back to the box.
I think he touched that puck before both of his feet were on the ice.
Yeah. That is a very rare penalty to see, but Fancy trying to get too fancy as he was coming out of the box. And this will give the Bulldogs another chance on the power play.
It's a fortunate break for them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You have to take advantage of it now, too, though.
So what was a 2-minute power play now is a 4-minute power play. Strasky let a shot go, kept in by Gajewski. Dances his way around. Turin being shadowed in the corner and takes a hard stick to the back. Don't see him ever leave his feet on hits, but that one definitely caught him off balance. Strasky will carry it up for Turin, using his speed. Poked off his stick as he was able to get the entry. Bulldogs need to get crafty and finding some space here in the offensive zone. Turn across for Jammer. It's poked loose, held onto in the glove of Dubinsky, who was sprawled out in the paint. Seems like wherever there's a Bulldog with a puck, there's two Purple Eagles, even when they're full strength. It's not just a penalty kill thing, but they're playing man plus one, essentially, on the puck, but they're doing it really, really well.
Yeah, they're playing that gamble, basically, where they're determining on their ability to outwork the opponent and causing a bunch of turnovers and then straight going the other way.
Reagan drops back for McLaughlin. It's Mins who will scrape down the boards. 2-on-2 on the glass. Kept in by McLaughlin. Fed for Reagan down low. Now it's Smith. Saucered up for McLaughlin. Waits, lets one go, and that's tipped wide. Mins to the top. Reagan was out of the zone there.
Yeah, he was trying to gain some speed and open that puck. Hits him right when he's into the zone where he can step in and rip one.
Smith underneath the red line. Mohawks open. Up top for McLaughlin. Fakes the slap shot. Now he takes it over the head of Dubinsky. It sifts over the line. There's some room for Reagan to operate. Looks to the backhand and transitions to forehand, but the shot off target. 8 seconds left on the power play and less than a minute to go in the second. Shrugging shoulder save from Dubinsky as it's gloved away. McLaughlin tries to send it in front. Niagara has killed off another penalty. Mins, his shot is blocked. Bulldogs were changing in the offensive zone, so give some room for Callan.
Yeah, it's 6 guys on the ice right now for the Bulldogs.
Lucky that they didn't get a penalty there. Officials doing their best Alex Herman impression, can't count. Over the line, it's Schaumburger. 10 seconds left to go in the second. Bulldogs looking to tie it before the end of the frame. 5 seconds, the last second rush now. Poked away, rolling in the neutral zone. And that'll do it for 40 minutes. So the Bulldogs get one back and cut the lead in half. But Charlie Bellinger for the Purple Eagles striking on the power play early in the second period. This game is left at 2-1 as we head into the third. Bulldogs need 1 to tie, 2 to win if it's regulation, if we're counting by the score that we're at right now. Definitely a better second period than the first for them.
I 100% agree. I think they were able to handle the pressure from the forecheck a little bit more, and the power plays that they had, they were able to take out advantage of those. I'm still questioning a little bit of the 5-on-5 play there from the Bulldogs. They've just seemed to kind of struggled to get going in the offensive zone, especially on the 5-on-5.
I think it's difficult when you find yourself against really stiff defensive structure. And right now, that's the best part of Niagara's game. They're not shooting much more than the Bulldogs are. The chances and quality are basically the same, but the difference is if the Bulldogs are in the O zone, they're being locked down right now.
Yeah, I would think, honestly, that the Bulldogs have had better chances in that period. We saw the Niagara defense kind of stepping up a little bit more, which caused a little bit of odd-man rushes. We saw a 2-on-0 with 2-on-1 with nothing to come out of them, just unlucky bounces or just good shot selections but better saves. So if I'm a Bulldog, I'm happy about that period. It feels a lot better than what we felt like going into the first intermission compared to the second intermission. So I just keep on chugging along and then find a way to get to the back of the net again.
I feel as if Adrian College is trending in the right direction. I think their strides in the second period a lot better than those in the first. If they're going to tie this game and then hopefully win it, either in regulation or in overtime, what are the little things that have to go right for them at this point?
Well, I would say get some offensive zone pressure. You know that they're going to swarm you. But what I've noticed is that weak side forward always drops down to clog that middle of the ice. So look to bring that puck up high and then right across to that weak side defenseman to get a shot on net and have a screen in front of the net too to take the eyes away from Dubinsky.
So it's really that one-timer play that they're going to have to utilize.
100%. I think that puck needs to go up top and immediately swung over to that weak side so that defenseman has time to walk in, because that's the only opportunity I see so far in the offensive zone where Niagara is kind of more laid back.
Need to find some open space in the offensive zone. That's the key if the Bulldogs are going to find a W here tonight. 2-1 our score after 40 minutes of play. Number 2, Niagara University, and number 7, Adrian College will take a step aside for the second period intermission and return with the third period of regulation after the break. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center in Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena, getting set for the third period puck drop in this heavyweight tilt between the number 2 Niagara University Purple Eagles and the number 7, your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. Tight one here at the AIA this evening, 2-1 as we head into the third period. Only 3 goals between these two teams, and that's basically just about as expected. Didn't think we were going to see a very high-scoring game at all. It's been very defensively minded. Goaltenders have come up huge a couple of times as well. But this one for sure is going to come down to the wire on who's going to be the winner.
Yeah, it's a complete switch of what we saw last week with a bunch of time and space for everyone. This game, literally none. No time and space at all for both sides. Great defensive work on Niagara's side and Adrian's side too. I think Adrian's just going to have to find a way to put one in the back of the net. I think it's going to be a dirty goal, that's for sure. That's what you expect here in these tight matches against two extremely high-ranked teams.
Well, 3 goals. The first 2 scored by Niagara. The third one scored by Adrian on the power play. Niagara also has a power play goal to add as well. 2-1. 20 minutes on the score clock. Everybody gathered at center will resume play at the AIA. Smith with a quick shot off the opening faceoff that sailed way over to the left. This is through the neutral zone. Mott trying to generate some offense early. Reagan slides it aside for Smith, taking his time. Good feed towards the slot. Reagan in tight, had Turin trailing to the net, but it was shoved aside. McLaughlin lets one go. That hit the back of the head, oh boy, of Connor Loft, and he takes that straight off the brain bucket. He's down in some pain. Oh boy, not what you want to see, and of course not a play on purpose that meant to happen, but Loft went down to try and block it as he's moving around on the ice. We'll take a quick step aside for an injury timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV. Back at the AIA after a quick injury timeout. Happy to report that Connor Loft is up and standing. He's moving around back towards the bench area. He's going to get some medical attention and hopefully a cold ice pack to put on the back of his head. He took that hard shot from McLaughlin right to the back of the helmets. Always a scary sign when somebody gets knocked in the noggin. So hopefully he is okay, and we'll see him return to the game at some point. But for now, we shift our attention back towards the ice as we continue on. Taylor will get over the center ice red line and whip it around the boards, chasing after his Fancy. That was 2-on-2 along the glass. Broken free for Reimer through the legs of Strasky. Harley will drop it off for Reimer. Splits the deep pairing in Taylor and Schneidmiller. Toth at the far blue line. Tries to send it in through traffic. Never reached the net. DeCalloway up top for Zaski. Now to Toth. His shot let go. Bellinger stepped in the way and blocked it with the shaft of the stick. DeCalloway can't caress it. Taylor down low. Gajewski, that's taken out by his own man there. DeCalloway was hit and Gajewski was falling in the process. Through the neutral zone, it's Toth. Weidman free and all alone, trying to catch Purple Eagles in a change. Thrown cross ice for DeCalloway as he sends the shoulder to the opposite shoulder of Cameron Shepard. Weidman pokes it free. Jammer dancing his way around. McLaughlin can't control at the top of the blue line. It's out of the zone. Gives it off for his partner in Mott. Ahead for Schaumburger with a little bit of space. Backhands towards the front. Good stick from Dubinsky as he poked it away. Bulldogs trying to find a rhythm here in the third period. Still down 2-1. So short area pass for Jammer was in his feet. Can't make the play from there. As again, this heads back towards the wall. Cross for Mott. Allen trying to muscle it free. Sending it to the front. Nobody there. Off the glass and out. Backpedaling is Mott. Gets rid of it to McLaughlin. He'll get up to the red line and send it in. A lot of dump and chase hockey here for the Bulldogs. So maybe that's where their strategy is at this point. They had some difficulty early on in the game with gaining zone entry. It's tipped away and another one off somebody's helmet. That time it was a player on the bench. I think Shepard just took one off the cage from the deflection by Allen.
Yeah, he's definitely in some pain right now, too. Got his helmet off. He's actually grabbing his neck.
Well, he's got his helmet off. He should definitely head behind the bench so he's protected.
Yeah, but he's grabbing that neck area.
So 2 Purple Eagles taken out by stray pucks as Reagan, a massive hit on the wall. Taken down was Smith, turning and shooting in between a pair of legs. Turin is able to jostle it free. Strasky will hold it up top, but it clears out. It's in between the feet of Bro. Glover plays it over. Wide open net. Eliasson with the save as he slides across the crease.
It was a great play by Strasky to get back there, too, to disrupt that original shot.
Turin works it free. Wesco to Callan. Breaking down is Smith, and this is offsides. Oh boy, that was certainly close.
I mean, it was probably milliseconds as Smith came crashing in, and
I think that's the right call.
It 100% is the right call.
I didn't see the trailer on the far side. It was looking straight at the puck. And a timeout's going to be called here by head coach Tom Aradian for Niagara. Probably the right thing to try and slow the game down here. Just maybe getting a little bit too antsy as they're trying to protect their 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I think it's because this first 4 minutes or so has been dominated by the Bulldogs and their forecheck. What I really like what they're doing right now is instead of trying to hold the puck on the zone entry, which has caused a bunch of turnovers in that gray area, instead they're dumping the puck in and their forecheck is actually hitting home. And they're playing more actually of the body compared to the first 2 periods when they're kind of just trying to lift the stick up and grab the puck. And that's what's causing all these turnovers and good opportunities in front of the net too. So a good timeout call, like you mentioned. Bulldogs know exactly what they have to do, and that's to keep that pressure up.
15:41 left to go in the third period. Niagara up by 1. Bulldogs looking for 1. Draw in the neutral zone. It's Gudnison and Marley. Face off one back by Niagara. As the purple sweaters on possession. It's dumped in. Toth with a push off on Callan. Slap it around the boards. It's free for Zaski looking for the stretch pass. Gets all the way down, but this will be icing. Didn't take the right bounce for Reimer.
Yeah, that was the right play by Zaski because Reimer was stretching the icing. He was right by that blue line. But unfortunately, he turned around right when that puck was by him, and he never saw it, and that's what caused the icing.
Face-off is won. Reimer will take it to the middle and shifts into gear. Marley to Reimer just ahead. Out of his reach, couldn't make the play. Toth across for Zaski. Lets it fly, it's blocked. Purple Eagles wearing all of the pucks this period. Callan is free and shut down by Toth. Zaski again leading the charge. Saucers to Reimer. Opens up a nice backhand pass for Gajewski, who looked forehand. Gets pressured 2-on-1, forcing into the corner. This is back for Anglin. Toth ahead, off the boards and down. Taking it, here's a 2-on-2. Bellinger takes the drop pass, slides it across, intended for Callan, but he was locked up. Would have been smart for the shot there from Bellinger. To Calloway, loose, left wing, toe drag, shot off the post, it stayed out. Good rip from Keegan to Calloway. He's denied by the red iron, and Dubinsky will give a love tap to the Pipeworks. Fancy with a feed for Callan, stripped away from him. Back to the slot. It's Angelin receiving right back on the boards. Turns it over for Weidman, now in front, banks off. Now the puck is on the top of the net. They blow it dead. But we'll take the face-off to our left. I thought they were going to keep this going.
Yeah, I did too, but we're going to catch replay and almost chance of that one to fall off the back of Dubinsky and into the net. Been an awesome break for the Bulldogs. I don't know why they blew it dead, but they did.
Normally, if the puck is on the apron of the net, they'll keep it going unless they can't fish it off of it. Maybe it's different for the top of the net. I'm not sure. I have to look that up in the rule book. You don't see the puck find its way to that area quite often. Point drive, whistles wide. A good step up from Little. He's able to shovel it back deep. Eliason out to stop it. Ahead for Allen, gets knocked into the glass. Chasing is Reagan. It's dropped back. Off the boards and forwards. It's Bro on the near side face-off circle. Up ahead for Turin. Will cut to the middle. Try to split the D. He does. And he's hit off the puck by Schneidmiller, and Dubinsky is forced to cover up.
I wonder if possibly the 5 defensemen for the Bulldogs after the Loft injury is maybe causing some issues. For Niagara only having 5 defensemen. Maybe that's why the Bulldogs are able to put some more pressure on so far in this last 5 minutes.
Trying to even the gap in the shot column as Turin takes this puck from Smith. Now it's given to Reagan, who plays it on one hand, cuts through, a nice move, looks backhand, fakes it, Strasky, wrist shot, Dubinsky holds it, and Smith takes a glove in the back. Another good look for the Bulldogs, trying to build up some pressure here in the third period, still down by a goal.
And we mentioned it at the end of that second period, but the weak side D-man is going to be what's open most of the time in the offensive zone. That's exactly what Strasky was there. A good feed to him and a good shot selection by him as well.
lifted sky high. Strasky will play the bouncing puck. Rowe off the boards to Marley. Turned over for Strasky. His pass off target, and it's Davies the first to touch up. Floated over the glove of Bro. Off the glass and out. Will settle for Davies. Reimer trying to get around him. He does. Ripped around the kick plate. Shabbat almost sent into the Bulldog bench there. Reimer with the breakout himself. Now it's Gajewski's turn. Up ahead for Reagan. One-on-one, his backhand denied. Has his stick taken out of his hands. He's looking for a slash. Zaski, his shot, and a deflection by the stick of Lofts. Good to see him back on the ice. Of course, went down in a heap of pain earlier. Took a puck to the back of the head.
I've noticed ever since their timeout is when that puck is dumped in, Niagara's defense is immediately moving that puck right away. They're spending no time on waiting for the perfect pass. They're rimming the puck around, trying to alleviate the pressure from the Bulldog forecheck.
Niagara centerman will get tossed from the circle. Smith and Loft, the two captains, getting jumpy on the left side. Reagan had the face-off for a second. Now Niagara will take control. This is played through, now a breakaway chance. A forehand and a big pad stop by Eliason as the puck barely rolls over the blue line. This is flexed off a shin pad. Back towards Bulldog shooting zone. Reagan with a flyby, was hoping to take it. Now it's escorted to the boards. To the middle, off the wall and out. Dubinsky comes out of his crease to stop it. Another stick goes flying. That's the time it's DeCalloway. Callan crossed the way for Bellinger. Flipped ahead. Here's DeCalloway. Looking to shift to the middle. Weidman faking the slap shot. Now a wrister off the pad of Dubinsky. Nobody there to pick up the rebound. Bellinger turns the other way. Mott picks up the loose change. Fans on his pass. As a heavy slap shot blocked off the pad of Eliason. The rebound cleared out. So we'll settle down at center ice. Jammer is all alone as the Bulldogs were amidst change. Crossing the halfway point in the frame. Bulldogs still looking for one to tie. Callan gets after it. Slaps it low and changes the forward and defensive line. Mott took a stumble. Now Schaumburger racing through, turned it over. Across for Mott. Broken stick. Sent in front and turned over. After the neutral zone, Strasky across for Bro, tipped in by Mins. Allen goes after it, a good hit, looking towards the front. Picking it up now is Mins. Allen sent down hard. Strasky making the smart play to send it into the far side corner. Bro at the blue line, slaps it in. Puck really not sticking to anybody's stick for the past couple of minutes. Westco will rotate it low. Marley has some room to operate. Here he goes. Drops it for Reimer. 1-on-3. All of the Purple Eagles collapsing on his possession. It's not just the man coverage, but Niagara just shrinks on the puck anytime that somebody has it at the blue line. Lifted through. It's picked up along the wall. Gajewski will pitch this puck as it bounces at center ice. I don't know if Niagara's stalling at this point, but whatever they're doing, they're killing a whole lot of clock. It's just dump it in and get a line change, and now an icing. 7:39 left to go in the third period. Don't just dream about college, experience it. Bulldog One gives future Bulldogs a full day on campus with tours, receptions, and more. Register now at www.adrian.edu/admissions/visit campus Bulldog 101. We continue on. A takedown on Smith. Definitely got chopped in the leg. You heard the thud from up here. Turin breaks his way in. Reagan had a shot at it. It was out of position. Nice move from Reagan. Gets around Shepard and denied. He loses his twig. This will not be icing as Eliason stops it softly on the forehand. Jaski banks it off of Smith. This time it'll go all the way down. It's icing. 6:45 left to go in the third period. It's really quieted down over the past number of minutes.
And it's because of what Niagara's been able to do. They're just clogging up the middle, and they're playing kind of a neutral zone trap where they're not getting super aggressive in the offensive zone and setting back a little bit. And then once that puck crosses the defensive blue line, that's when they start swarming the puck.
Adrian College needs to put their thinking caps on here if they're going to find a goal in the next 6:30. Bellinger loses it underneath the red line. Toth is tied up in front of the net with Fancy. This is left out of the zone. Turin with the long drive in, gloved by Dubinsky. Heidman goes over. McLaughlin back to chase after it. Jammer cuts to the side. Schaumburger. A shimmy, and it's taken away from him. Defensive hockey, not always the flashiest, but if you do it right, it's effective. That's what we're seeing here. Strasky sends it around. Falling with Schaumburger. Clipped the net. Puck hooked on net. Eliason stopping with the stick. Jammer with a hard dump in as we reach 5 minutes left. Strasky lets it go. Tipped in front. It was loose for Allen. Couldn't pick it up. Bro with a try. His soft shot taken by DeCalloway. Now it's Mins who will send it around the boards. Strasky can't keep it in. Allen will make his approach. Dump it in, now all alone. Good hit there and a big takedown along the wall. Might be under the backside of Allen as he's still down. Good reverse hit from Bro to Allen, is back to the play. Loses it at the blue line, but able to send it around at the last second. Little can't control it in front of Dubinsky. Almost a scary scene for Niagara. Off the glass and out. Will roll down for Toth. Opens up for Marley. Bulldogs have to take ice here if they assess the situation correctly. Taylor off the wall. Kicked off the skate. Back down. Might be time to start looking over to our right once the Bulldogs get out of the zone for the empty net and the 6th attacker. As this is iced all the way down, the pass was looking for Marley. Not what you wanted with little time remaining. 3:28 to go in the third period. Still a 2-1 score for Niagara.
Yeah, they're just suffocating all offensive chances. Niagara are. It's just been full dominance, what it seems like, for the Bulldogs in the offensive zone, but nothing to show for it because they're keeping all the pucks and everything to the outside.
McCormick will control back at his own blue line, tipped in. Will rainbow and hit the ice as Toth gets to it. Adrian needs to put their best foot forward here. McCormick, 180's open, still holding the line, rips a shot in and out of the glove of Eliason, tipped down off the back of the net. Nobody had any clue where it was as the hand-eye coordination was on full display. Eliason now to the hash marks. Will wait for the signal on the 6th attacker, but he'll have to retreat. Quick shot fought off by Eliason, slapped out of the zone to neutral is Fancy. He's going to walk this back. This is the smart play. Lofts. Big stretch pass up ahead. Can't be taken by Bellinger. Strasky over to the right. Again, here's a breakaway late in the game. Fancy in. Save made, but they score! We thought Eliason had it, but it slipped through the 5-hole. 2 minutes exactly left on the clock. And not an empty net, but the dagger for Niagara.
Yeah, it's all because of the aggressiveness from the Bulldog defense. McLaughlin steps up, trying to intercept that pass, trying to do a hero play. Fortunately gets right past him, and breakaway opportunity and a breakaway goal for Niagara, trying to steal off this win for them tonight.
This is lifted low for Toth. We'll see if the Bulldogs go to pull their goalie again. Jammer gets through. Sent out by Callan. It does have the legs for icing, so 1:39 left to go in the third. Got to find 2 in 1:40, give or take.
Yeah, I don't think Stalis is going to elect to pull the netminder, especially with an offensive zone draw.
We'll see if they gain possession. I don't think they'll do it yet.
It's a late timeout call.
Yep. So the Bulldogs want to draw things up and call timeout here. Niagara gets a late breakaway goal to put them ahead by 2, 3-1, with 1 minute and change left in the third period. And they've been waiting and waiting and waiting this entire third period, and really the one opportunity that's come their way, they took advantage of.
Yeah, it's how this type of game goes for them, and it's with their playing style. They're playing that type of a neutral zone trap where they're not letting anything happen, where they're too aggressive, and they're just waiting until the Bulldogs get too aggressive themselves, where a turnover or something happens where they get their opportunities. It's really super annoying to play against, and the teams that do it and do it well just come out with a victory almost every single time. And that's exactly what Niagara's been able to do. It's just this prevent defense. You hear it a lot in football. Like 2 minutes left, hey, let's just play a prevent defense. Let's stop the home run play. And in hockey, it's kind of the same thing where you're just waiting for them to turn the puck over to you.
Well, Eliason out of the goal to our right, the empty net. 6th attacker out for the yellow, black, and white. They need to find 2 and quickly if they're going to send this game to overtime. Tied up on the face-off circle. Niagara gets to it first. Picked up, a hand pass is called. Well, this is going to go to the neutral zone instead of the O zone. 6 seconds coming off the clock. Turin back for McLaughlin. Reimer rips it in. It's in the long corner. As it will stay in and flex out of the zone. Icing is waved off as McLaughlin had enough time to get to it. Reimer dancing his way through, lost it on the entry. Thrown around the boards. Turin to Reimer, who's locked up. 60 seconds to go. Smith in a tight area. Turin is pressured hard. McLaughlin's shot does not go. The long shot from the blue line, and the Purple Eagles seal it.
That was super unfortunate for McLaughlin. He tried to quickly shoot that one on net, but didn't get all the mustard on it. And this one is about done in about 44 seconds. Very unfortunate for the Bulldogs, as they weren't able to kind of generate anything. It was kind of just a puck going all around the wall. No big chances for them, even with a man up.
So the silence coming over the crowd at the AIA as time winding down here in the 3rd period. Bulldogs maybe with one last rush, but Niagara will likely just try and take the rest of the time off. Mont to Weidman, up ahead as DeCalloway gets over the line, chopped off his stick by Taylor. DeCalloway sent down hard. This is going to be a penalty, and we have some extra fisticuffs after the whistle. Jammer getting in the mix. See what kind of calls this draw with 10.3 to go.
And I think that's just frustration. The captain. It's a tough game. It's just, you're playing a team like Niagara, who all in the 3rd period are just playing to basically just wait for you to turn the puck over. It seems like you have a bunch of offensive time and nothing to show for it. It's a frustrating game, and that's why you kind of see the Bulldogs kind of let that frustration come out. But all credit to Niagara. They put an outstanding game today, that's for sure. They came into this barn knowing that it was going to be a battle. They haven't had the most success here in the past years, but outstanding work from them.
.3 is all that remains in this one. 4-1 our score. Power play for the Bulldogs. As Toth sends a shot on, it's swept to the corner. Handcuffed on the wall, and that'll do it. Purple Eagles come into the AIA and take game 1 by a score of 4-1. And the number 2 ranked team in the nation proving themselves after getting that top spot last week.
And they came in knowing that it was going to be a difficult game, and right off from the hop you can tell that they were aggressive, and the swarming factor of how they play is what really caused trouble for the Bulldogs. I mean, that first period was pretty much all Niagara with the amount of turnovers that Adrian caused in the defensive zone, and just a well-coached team. It's going to be a tough one, and you kind of seen that coming into this game. You know, thought maybe that Niagara's rank of number 2 was maybe not well deserved. Question marks behind the team because they kind of came out of nowhere, and they came here tonight and pretty much dominated the full 60.
Well, tomorrow's definitely going to be an interesting day for the Bulldogs. They really need to somehow find a win and split this series in half and at least come away with 2 points somehow, really to help with their ranking. But the defensive game of Niagara, we saw it in the first period. It was clear as day. They kept it going all throughout, and they take this one by a score of 4-1. Tomorrow's puck drop between these two teams, a 3:05 drop right back here at the Arrington Ice Arena. There's more hockey action after that, too. The women's NCAA D3 team with their home opener against Marion, looking to pick up their first win of the season. But AC is going to need to find a way to respond tomorrow, and how they will do it, we will certainly find out. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman signing off for this evening. Niagara wins this one 4-1 over Adrian College. Thank you for tuning in. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Neutral zone trap that just